Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? It's Dami again. Thank you for clicking on the video. And I'm a guitar player, a sound engineer, and everything in between. And I'm rocking a nice t-shirt from my good friend Jeff here. He's an amazing guitar player. He has a YouTube channel. I'll leave a link as well in my bio. Shout out to Jeff. All right, to the video today. Amp simulators, plugins, and all this good stuff. They are getting better and they're not going anywhere. Matter of fact, it's the future. I'm not coming here to say they're gonna replace your tube amps. That's never gonna happen. Tube amps will still be tube amps. You cannot replace the feel. You can replicate the sound, you can replicate everything, but you still cannot replace what a real amp does in the room. That being said, there are so many other solutions into that people have found to kind of create an hybrid system. Myself, right here on my desk, you can see a Torpedo Captor X, which is attenuator, because I still have real amps. I just use these for the cap simulation or to attenuate my amp to be able to play at room volumes. If you don't know what that is, I know there's a lot of videos on YouTube that explain attenuators better than I can ever explain, so I'll leave that for that. You can do your research. So what an attenuator, so let me just say that in a short description. What an attenuator does is it takes the volume from your amp and kind of reduces that volume to a reasonable level, so you can crank your amp up, but what comes out of your speaker is kind of tamed. There are some trade-offs, at least in my experience. I have both the aux box, I don't know if you can see it, I have the aux box and the Torpedo Captor X, and I also had the Bulgara Power Soak one. I tried all three out, and what I've discovered with those units is some of them actually suck your tone, especially the Bulgara actually suck your tone. The aux box too suck your tone a little bit, but it's not that obvious. You can also mess around with your EQ and just make it brighter a little bit and you'll be good to go. And the Captor X is my favorite so far. I like what it does. I can load in my IRs and send my amp into it and then use my IRs to record into my computer or just practice. So there are a hybrid solution, which tells you technology is not here to replace what your amp does. It's just here to make it better. That being said, amp simulators. A lot of people just, complain about how it feels. And I was one of those people. I didn't like how, the response, the way the amp responds to me when I'm playing with a tube amp is different from how, when I'm listening through my speakers here, my studio speakers. Not these ones, but, when I first started playing with amp simulators and using plugins and all that good stuff. What I found, over the last couple of years is the fact that a few things will contribute to what you get from the amp simulators. There has been a few topics about, the gain level, how I don't have a problem with that. Depending on your audio interface and how the impedance level work, how the guitar responds, or how the sound card responds to the guitar input, it depends on that. So on my own audio interface, my gain could be set to 0 or sometimes a little bit close to 10. I use the Neumann MT48 audio interface right here. This is the best one that I've used so far. Prior to these, I was using Universal Audio, which is also good. And then I moved back to Audient, the ID44. I will say the best experience I've had with app simulators has been with this Neumann MT48, just because not just the dynamic range. I don't know what Neumann did to this audio interface, but it was great. But that's not the topic for today. What I'm here to talk about today is how you can make your amp simulators sound more realistic, or at least restore that feel. And the weirdest thing happened over the weekend. I was just playing around with my compressors. Actually, the last video that I did, I was, demoing how my Pod Express takes the compressor. And while I still had the compressor on the table, I'm like, you know what, let me just send this to my amp sim. And boy, would you believe that the Helix Native is already perfect for me. Like, I do all the audio that you hear from my videos are from Helix Native. 95% of them I use Helix Native. I don't use the floor model anymore. I barely do. But plugging that compressor into that amp simulator just changed everything. I don't know what conversion happened with the impedance. I'm not a tech guy. I'm not good with those technical terms, but it felt good. I'm a guitar player. I like the way the guitar responds. My sustain was different with the compression and all that good stuff. I do have a compressor in my preset on my plugin, but just sending that analog into that chain from my compressor going into my audio interface and then hitting the plugin, it just sounded way better. I wouldn't say sound more unique, but the feel and the response, I felt like I was playing the real amp, if that makes sense. So I just feel I wanted to share that. You can try it out. And another thing that I've also discovered with amp simulators and all that good stuff is, having a few pedals outside going into that. Even though you have your effect, so let's say your volume pedal or your wah pedal, I for once usually go into my audio interface with the Hoton Soul Press 3. This is not a sponsored video. I've been using this piece of gear for close to 2 years now. It's cheap. It's less than $100, and it does what it does well. It's a volume and wah pedal and an expression pedal, which is all you'll ever need in all just one small package. I actually came across this when I was trying to build a small do-it-all pedal board, and I've been using this ever since. Actually, I have two of them. I have this one permanently on my studio desk. So my signal chain just goes from my guitar to this guy into my compressor pedal. I'm not going to mention the compressor pedal or show you a compressor pedal that I used. I'm not going to talk about it, but then it's in my last video. It's the Walrus. But then you can use any compression pedal. You can even try it out with an overdrive pedal. I actually tried it with the OCD and the feel was restored. That's my whole point. I think I'm ranting too much. Well, this is what this video is about. It's a rant video. The feel was a little bit different, and I'm eager to see other people actually try it, and that's why I'm making this video. So if you are using an amp simulator and you have a compressor pedal or an overdrive or a boost pedal just laying around, send that into your audio interface, into your plugin, and see if it's different. And if whatever experience you have, you can leave it in the comment. I really want to know. I'm curious about this one. That's it. It's a short video for today. I just came here to rant. That's my son making noise upstairs, if you can hear him. Thanks for listening to me rant. My name is Dami, and I'll see you in the next video. And that jam was with my friend Jeff, and yeah, you should get more of that soon. All right, see you guys later.